Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm excited because I'm going to be testing out new makeup. So as you guys know, in my previous video, I did do a massive Sephora haul showing you guys brand new products into my collection. So I'm going to be testing a lot of these new products out for you guys. Some of them are oldies, but they're still great products, but I only have a few that I'm going to be testing out. And yeah, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see my videos every single week. And without further ado, let's get started on testing new makeup. Alright, so I am really excited to test out this new eyeshadow palette that I've been just dying to dip my hands into, but I just haven't had the opportunity yet. So this is the NATASHA DENONA Retro Palette. So I've been really excited to test this out for you guys just because I've been hearing great things about it. This is her midi palette, and I think it's like $65. Her other palettes are either like 25 to 30, and then her massive palette's like 125. So this just falls into the middle range, and to me this was worth it because it does come with a number of shades, a lot of shimmers and mattes, and it's really fun colors to play with, especially now that we're in mid-fall. So I am just really excited to dive into this, but of course first I gotta prime my lids. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. primer. This has no name to it actually. This is just the sheer. I'm just going to prime the lids real quick. For those of you who've been watching my channel for some time, you guys know that I never really prime the lids. I got sucked into it pretty much. Everyone's been saying that you should prime your lids. Your shadows look so much better and nicer and they last longer. So we're going to put that to the test. I have tried this off camera and honestly I haven't seen a difference. I feel like my eyeshadows do stick generally well because they don't have oily lids, but we'll see. So let's dive into this palette. I mean, this is just beautiful. I'm not even sure where to begin. So let's just have fun with it. So I think I'm gonna prime the lid using this nude mauve shade right here. And of course this comes with a beautiful size mirror. Wow, the brush is like pretty pigmented. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime it like so. So I'm going to bring this all across the lids on the crease. Wow, you could already see how much is coming off of that brush. I really want to have fun with this. So I think I'm going to dive into this shade right here. It is called Rebellion. It's like more of like a plummy red. So I'm just going to bring this kind of towards the end of my eyelids. And just pack that in and kind of blend that in with my crease shade right here, but it's only bringing more towards the outer part and not bringing it any further in. This is a really beautiful shade. I really find so far that they're just really meshing together and they're really easy just to blend out. And you know, as pigmented as they are on the lid, they really blend out nicely. I've been hearing amazing things about this specific palette, so I really had to just try it out myself because, you know, I just get influenced a lot very easily, and I just find that this palette was so beautiful, and I really don't have a palette that's like this, so I thought it was only appropriate for me to get it. So I'm just blending this out like so, bringing it towards the outer part of the crease, and just blending those two shades together. I really want to have fun with this look just because there's just so many fun different colors and really great shimmers in here that I just felt like I needed to try. I'm just going to dip back into the nude mauve shade just to kind of make more of a dimension with the pink because I felt like that kind of got taken away from this little plum shade, which honestly is so freaking beautiful. But I still want to make dimension with my crease, so I don't want to lose that color. And this way it kind of all blends together nicely. Do you guys feel that sometimes one eye just looks better than the other eye? My left eye always looks so much better than my right. I don't know what it is, but you know, you got to work with what you got. So the two shimmers that are calling my name are this one and this one. Can you guys see that? Like these two are just really calling my name. One's called Glitz and one's Psychedelic, but I think Glitz is the one I'm going to be using. It's this top one right here. That just looks stunning. So I'm just going to use my finger and just going to use my middle finger right here. So that's what it looks like. Wow, that is beautiful. I'm just going to pack this kind of towards the inner part of my eyelid. Oh my God, do you guys see how beautiful that is? Put some more on my finger and just tap it in and move it across the inner corner of my eyelid, just to brighten that up a little bit and then drag it across. Wow, that is just gorgeous. The shimmer in here is real. Just doing the same thing on the other side. And I'm feeling like we could darken this up just a little bit towards the outer corner. But right now we're focusing on that inner part of that lid to give it some love. I think I'm gonna darken up and then kind of mix these two shades. This is Groove and Apart right here. This is two shades right next to each other. But I'm gonna start with that more, again, a plum shade, just to kind of pack that on the outer corner again, just to build a little bit. But I'm really not gonna bring it more in the crease. I'm just gonna pack it like so, just to get a little bit more of a darker smoky eye, and then bring it more towards the center of the lid. And I'm really not getting any fallout, especially from that glitter shade. It's not really glitter, it's more of a shimmer, but I really didn't get any fallout, which is really nice. So I'm just packing that in just to give it more depth. And then again, I'm gonna go back into my crease brush into that nude mauve shade, and again, just build that dimension so we don't lose that. So when I'm building in the crease, I just like to look straight ahead into the mirror like so, and then just blend until you can't blend no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to show you guys all the colors in this palette just because I feel like that's the right thing to do when testing a new palette. So I'm going to go into this psychedelic shade, the one that was also just screaming my name, and just use a different finger and kind of go over, but more towards the center of the lid, so I don't lose that other shade right there. And just kind of pack it in a little bit on top and then more towards the center. I'm just going in for a few dips just so I could get a lot on there. Again, no fallout, which is pretty nice. I mean, I see a little bit on my eyelashes, but like nothing crazy. And then I'll go in with the e.l.f. concealer brush a little bit and just pack on whatever was left on that brush and just put it towards the outer corner again. It's nearly impossible for me to just go over every single shade in here because there's just so many that it's just amazing, but because you can do so many different looks of this. But I do want to brighten up the inner corner, so I'm going to use this mod right here, this white tone, and I think I'm just going to go in with this brush. This is my Charlotte Tilbury eye smudger brush. I usually put like highlight in here, but this is just really easy just to go in and just kind of brighten that up a little bit on each side. Just a little bit, and just kind of bring it up. Just to give it a little bit of brightness with the eyes. I even feel like in my camera, like it doesn't do its justice on how beautiful this eye look is coming. But let's put this palette aside. I just feel like the whole video is going to be based off this palette because it is that good. Like, honestly, I would never usually buy a $65 eyeshadow palette because I don't wear eyeshadow that much. But when I do, I love a good eyeshadow palette. And this one is phenomenal. I do have my bachelorette party in a couple weeks. And if we're being honest, I'm definitely bringing this because first of all, it comes with a nice mirror, which is key when traveling. And second, the shades in here, you could have so much fun. You can make it so glitz and glam. You can make it super casual. Really any type of look you could work with these because there's just a bunch of different shades. There's shimmers, there's mattes, and so far, first impressions, I love it. So I'll clean up the eyes like before we do the face and everything, but again, like you do see like there is like a little bit of like weird lining, but I'll fix that and everything. Let's just go into eyeliner. So let's just see what I got here. Okay, so we do have the new Huda Beauty eyeliner. This is the Lifeliner Quick and Easy. So again, I like to push this down to get all the ink out, and the tip in here, guys, is no joke. Like, it is so thin and just so tiny that is really easy to work with. So I'm just gonna do not really so much of a wing, but something close to it. So I also don't want to take so much away from the eyes. So just finished the top eyeliner. I have been really liking this. It is really hard to use at first because I've never used a tip like this small before. So again, you just want to shake it towards the bottom and get all the ink out, because I have tried this before and I like the experience of it. It's just kind of difficult, especially if you've never tried it before, but once you get used to it, it's like really smooth sailing. So I just curled my lashes, and I'm going to be using the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury. I've used this quite a few times before, and I just wanted to bring it up again on my channel because I think I like used it once on before, but I do use this a lot off camera, and it's really good. It really helps volumize my lashes, and as you guys know, like my lashes really don't do much for me, but recently with this one, it has. This and my Pat McGrath mascara, and also my JUVIA, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but those 3 mascaras have really done the difference for me. So I just packed this on, and I really like the wand of this because it just makes it really easy to get in there and to get every single hair with your lashes. So you guys, I'll bring you guys up close. I did 2 coats on each side, and let me tell you, these do wonders for my lashes. Like, I've never seen my lashes look so good before, and I am very impressed because I did get a little bit of mascara. I always do on my eyeshadow, so I will clean it up once that dries, but I am so impressed. I really do love this. So if you're looking for like a nice volumizing mascara, I would definitely go for this one. Of course, I got it dirty already because the actual wand itself is really easy to work with. Like, you may get intimidated because it is a little thin and like the bristles on it are like super small, but the actual application of this really is easy because it really gets into your lashes beautifully. So now I'm just gonna do my brows, color them in, but then we have a fun brow product later on. The brow product I used today was honestly an oldie but goodie. This is the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim. I love this. I like this even better than my NYX eyebrow pencil, just because I really find this color matches me a lot better and it just glides on super easily and amazing. So now let's go on to the complexion. I'm so excited to try this concealer because I've heard great things. We just hope it's a match here, guys, because lately, I haven't been so great with my matches. So I have a concealer here and a new foundation, but this is the one that I actually showed you guys in my previous Sephora haul. So this is the GLOWISH by Huda Beauty, the Luminous Pressed Powder. I'm in the shade 04 Light Medium. So I'm excited to try this because this is what it looks like. And I actually have tried this out before, what am I saying? So I have tried this out and I really do like it, but I haven't tested it enough to see if I really do love using it. So she recommends going in with a wet sponge. So let me go wet my sponge and we'll be right back. So another thing I saw people do, because I hear that this is like very luminous, which it is, people usually put on their concealer first on the areas where they don't want a lot of luminosity. So I think the first time I tested these both out off camera because I was like too excited to try them. I think I did do that. So, you know, I'm going to start with this first and just pat this all over my face. Again, I'm in the shade 04 Light Medium. I did wet my sponge. I'm just using my e.l.f. sponge right here. So she just recommends going in like this with your sponge and picking up the product. And then I'm just going to use this mirror again because who doesn't love a mirror? Oh my God, guys, I didn't even prime my face. This is when, you know, you're just losing your mind. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just going to go in with my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Perfecting Primer. This is great for fine lines or any pores that you want to fill. Forgot to prime, but we just did it, so we're good. But I love that primer. It's just really good for fine lines, especially for your under eyes. So again, just dabbing my brush like so, and then taking the NATASHA DENONA palette and just gonna pack this on. What did I do here? Let's see. I feel like that happened to me the very first time I did try this out, and you just have to keep blending it. But my sponge is also a little dirty. I forgot to clean it prior, but we're gonna make this work. So what I don't necessarily love about a pressed powder, like the only thing that I'm thinking of right now is that like you just have to keep going back in it with a sponge. And like, you know, like when you have a pump or any type of other foundation, you just could use whatever excess is on your hand. I find that to be easier. So, I mean, this is definitely really cool, and I really do love the experience of it because it is really easy, and it does have great coverage, but you do have to go in a lot. At least I do, if I want that full coverage look. But it is giving me a lot of luminosity, which generally I like. I just want to make sure that I'm getting every area because it is really hard to make sure with these type of products that you're all one color. So I would say this does leave you a very natural finish. And the first time I did try it, I really did like it. And I still do really like it, especially on days where I'm not getting so glam. So like today my eye look isn't like super crazy and so intense that this works. But if I was going out like and doing a really, really glam look, by the way, this is like the 5th time I put my sponge in. But if I was doing like an extremely glam look, then I probably wouldn't pick this foundation. But it is really nice. And I love using a sponge when putting on my foundation. So that just makes my life really easy. So I just finished the rest of the foundation. I do really like it. Again, not for my very glam days, just more for like those subtle, easy days. But for some reason today, I dipped my sponge in quite a lot. The first time I did it, I didn't find that problem. I'm not sure what happened there, but I really do love the packaging. I think it's really sleek and nice. Do I love a pressed powder? Am I reaching for that all the time? Probably not. But this does leave me with a very nice luminous glow that I do love in a foundation or a concealer or really anything because I love a dewy face. So, I mean, I will definitely keep playing with this and trying this out for you guys. And especially if you guys want to see it on my channel. I'd probably give it like a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Not bad, kind of innovative. I've never really used this. I haven't even tried the KVD one. So my first pressed powder, and I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad. So the first time I did use the pressed powder by GLOWISH, I used my ABH concealer first. And maybe that's why I liked it better. This time I put the foundation on first, and then I'm following with a concealer. So maybe if I just use a concealer first, then go in with the foundation, that might have been better, but I did the opposite today. So, I mean, you know, you live and you learn. Now I know I like the application when I put on concealer first. So let's just use this. This color is a little dark for my liking, but it's the only one they had in stock. So we're gonna make it work. So I'm just putting it on the parts of my face that need some coverage. And yeah, so I mean, again, I do wish that I got this in a lighter shade. This is in shade 10. I think I could go for the 9, but you know, this will do. Again, I've been really liking these together. Actually, the combo has been great, but I've been using the concealer first over primer and then going in with the foundation. I would recommend doing that as well. I think the application of it is just a lot better. So I'm just gonna go in with a different sponge and just kind of blend. I have been so obsessed with this concealer. I have not been putting it down. It's just very easy to blend and just super easy to work with. It covers all my fine lines and it lasts all day. Like, let me tell you guys, like this just does the job really nicely. And I put a lot on my nose because you guys know that I get very red up there. And this just takes away your fine lines, especially in your under eyes, which is what I have issues with. And it just really does a great job. Even when you have powder on, you don't even need a lot of powder because it just does such a nice job concealing those fine lines. So we're just blending everything out. And then people ask me why I like to put concealer on the top of my lips. I just feel like it lifts your face up, even though it may not, but I just do it anyways because to me, it makes all the difference. So to set my face and my under eyes everywhere with the Haley's Retouch Soft Focus Setting Powder. You guys know on my channel that I'm absolutely obsessed with the Haley's brand. I love their concealer too. I love their powder. I actually have a foundation for them too that I haven't used on my channel for quite some time, but that is amazing too. I use that a lot off camera, but this is a 10 out of 10. And I mean, you really don't even need a lot with this concealer because it just really does the job nicely. So let's add color back to this face. I'm gonna be using the GLOWISH by Huda Beauty bronzer that I also got. Similar packaging to the foundation. Again, I did actually say this in my haul last time. So I'm in the shade 02 medium. So this is a soft radiance bronzing powder. So first of all, I love the actual marble in it because it really just gives you a bunch of different shades and like tones to work with on your face. which is just really helpful. So I'm just gonna use my my e.l.f. brush right here and just kind of go on the high points. This is really nice. I really like the finish of this because it just leaves my skin looking really fresh. So I think this pretty much bronzed my face enough. I can't talk today, guys, but I do love to add a little bit more at the end just to kind of assess the situation here. But so far, I mean, this has been really a great bronzer. I've been not reaching for it so much just because I wanted to save a lot for my channel, but I couldn't help myself, especially with the pressed foundation and the concealer. And I think I tested this maybe like one other time, but I mean, I really like the finish of my face so far. Like, I think it's looking really nice and fresh, pretty natural. I mean, I feel like the camera is making me look a little bit more pale, so maybe let me change my lighting. All right, so I toned it down just a little bit so you guys could see more of like what the actual finish is looking like. Again, super natural. You could still see all my freckles and some imperfections, which I really don't mind. So, because you guys know this foundation really isn't full coverage, but it's good enough for me. So let's go into some blush. Nothing new here. This is just from JUVIA'S Place. This is the Blush Rougie in Volume 2. I love the actual colors in here. I think they're really great colors just to like combine with or just wear them on its own. And I thought with like this really pink look, this color right here would be great. So again, there's like literally no cake pack in the pan and it comes so much. So let's just bronze. Guys, what is with me today? Let's just blush up the face. You guys know I love my blushes. And I just felt like this color was perfect for today's video. I have to put across the nose a little bit. And I'm excessive with blush because I think blush is just so pretty and it just really makes your face look gorgeous. I'm actually going to take this shade right here and just kind of do a very, very small amount and just kind of bring that more up top to give a little bit more warmth towards the end of my face. And that just does like a little bit of difference. And then more again with the little pink towards the apples of my cheeks and bring that up. And across the nose with the leftover. So I love blush. I love how that looks. We're gonna move on now. Again, nothing new with highlighter here. I'm gonna be using my DIOR Backstage Glow Face Palette. I love this one. Again, I thought it was very good for the video. So I'm just gonna go in with the white shade right here. This is in Strobe White. And just kind of pack it on a little bit like so. I mean, this is just the best highlighter I've ever tried. It's just so beautiful. I love this highlight because I find that it just does such a nice job highlighting the points of your face where you need to in such a nice, beautiful way. Like, I will wear this on my wedding day, probably. It's just that good. So I like to highlight the nose, go over this part. And it's just like so subtle and beautiful. I'm just gonna go in with this brush right here and kind of go into this pink shade. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it is very pink here. And I'm just gonna pack this kind of in the inner corner of my eyelid with this palette. Just to get more highlight because, you know, and highlight never kills anyone. Just gonna pat that in. Like so. Let's get a little more for the other eye on the brush. And this brush is really great to get in there because it just is so precise and so little and it picks up a lot of product. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the white just to make it pop more. So I'm just gonna put that on right here. Wow. The white in this is just like for your dreams. Like, it is just gorgeous. So for eyebrows, I did get the Makeup by Mario Master Hold Brow Gel. Guys, I can't wait to use this. So it is pretty small and the brush comes in here, but it has like two sides. Let's just make sure this focuses. So one side is more fluffy, like this side, and then this one's more precise. I'm kind of intimidated by the fluffier side, so I'm going to go in with the shorter side and just kind of set the brows and make them fluff. because that's what's in right now. You know, everything changes with eyebrows every day, every year, I feel like, actually. So I'm just gonna push them to where I want them. I mean, these take a while to really test out, but I've been hearing amazing reviews on this, so. And it's Makeup by Mario, and I know I love all of his stuff already. So let's just do the other eye. And people say this is literally like glue. It just sticks. So just going back into the NATASHA DENONA palette. And then I think I'm going to go into the BEVERLY again just for my lower lash line. And I'm just using this beige cosmetic brush. They don't sell this anymore, actually, but it's the best. So I'm just going to pack this underneath and towards the center of the eyelid, just to kind of connect everything together. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to try this shade right here, Jude, and just kind of pat that kind of towards the center. I just really wanted to try like a different color here, but that's actually looking really pretty. And guys, there's like not a lot of fallout at all. It's actually mind-boggling. And it really just does all the difference when you put mascara on your, oh my God, guys, like the millionth time I messed up. It's really nice sometimes when you put eyeshadow on your lower lash line, just because I find that it really just does complete the look. So I'm just going to put a mascara on the bottom. But now I'm going to use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Honeydude. And just pat that into the waterline. When I do bold looks like this, I really like a white or beige waterline. Just makes your eyes a little bit bigger. So last, let's do the lips. So I kind of wanted a nudie lip just because we have a lot going on in the eyes. So I'm just going to go with the NYX, the SANDSTORM lip liner. I just actually got this and I really haven't tried it out at all. I like NYX lip liners, but they're just not the creamiest formula. So if you like really creamy ones, like ColourPop or Charlotte Tilbury make really nice ones. This is really nice for like a lip filler, like to fill in your lips. I have my Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade BRIELLE. This is actually also new. This might be better because it's more of like a mauve pink. This one is just an amazing, amazing formula. It's super matte and it's so comfortable. Just pat it in a little bit. All right, you guys, so that finished today's new makeup look. I absolutely loved it, but the outstanding piece here was the NATASHA DENONA Retro Palette. This was great. This is probably number one in my new makeup. Like, this is just amazing. The actual formula of it, the creaminess, everything about this formula is just amazing. The palette itself is just really to die for. I mean, these colors are it. Like, oh, I love the way everything turned out. As far as everything else, the concealer, I love it so much. Again, I wish I was a shade lighter. I'm in the shade 10, but I think a 9 would be really good for me. That GLOWISH by Huda Beauty foundation and bronzer, I do really like them. The bronzer I'm going to have to keep testing out, as well as the pressed foundation. I felt like I really do like it. My complexion looks really nice and clean and very luminous. So I do like that in that sense, but I don't like how I had to keep dipping back in my sponge and keep going over the face. I will have to keep testing that out, but you guys know I really do like it with the concealer first, following the foundation. So I'm going to do that again maybe on my channel so you guys could see how I do it. Again, I like to put the Anastasia Beverly Hills on my areas, like where I need to conceal, and then follow that with my foundation by the GLOWISH brand. So everything else you guys know I love, the mascara, the lipstick, the lip liners, the powder, everything I used here, I love because some of them are oldies but goodies. If you guys really like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys here next time.